Name one time that you had to come in because I didn't. He's like, well, we had this. I was like, you mean the day you came in because I was on a 13-day run without a day off? And I had one day off after 13 days. Oh yeah, and then started on graveyard shifts the day after that? Are you talking about that time he called you in? Like I started getting heated. I was like, that's bullshit. And then the next one is attendance and punctuality. Towards the end of the year, we had a severe uplift in traffic. Jeremy has accomplished the minimum requirements for reliability in terms of team coverage. As a supervisor, Jeremy has held to a much higher standard than LST. There have been many occasions where we could not get a hold of him, nor would he be willing to come in to cover a shift. Regardless of the reason, management is to lead by example in times of need. So I spazzed. That's when I was like, you gotta be, that needs improvement. I was like, I'm not fucking coming in more than you're asking me to. I can't. There's not enough days in the week for me to come in more than I am. Like, go back and look at my time cards. It's pretty easy
like
to
you
see.
Can't win. They're making stuff up. So how did it end? What was Alex saying through all this?
Nothing.
Nothing? He just sat there.
Sat there. He's lucky he didn't say anything too. He knew when I started getting heated, he knew he needed to shut his mouth.
Right.
And Abby was like, and I was like, I think Alex and I have a fine relationship. And I was like, give me an example of disrespect that I've shown Alex in front of my team. And she was like, well, I'll give you an example with your foot. Alex called you and you didn't answer. And then when you did call you and he said you need to go in for a drug test and blah, blah, you flat out told him no. I said, you mean I didn't answer after I called my line manager and begged him, I need to talk to you about this? And he said, I'm busy. I don't want to talk right now. And I said, okay, if you can't help me, I'll call Brandon, which is why I bothered Brandon on a Sunday night. Talking about that foot injury, that time. And she was like, yeah, but then the next day, he called you, and I was like, oh, and I didn't answer? Like, he didn't fucking answer the night before, and then you called me and I answered? Are you talking about that foot injury? That time that just happened?
What'd she say?
So, my line manager doesn't answer my calls, but I'm supposed to answer fucking his?
What did she say?
You guys are pissed at me because I didn't do workers' comp. When I called my direct supervisor to ask how he wanted me to fucking handle it, he told me he's not going to talk to me, so I have to call my GM on a Sunday night for it? I was like, we're talking about the same thing, right? Like, I got heated, dude. And they're like, see, this is the kind of attitude that we're talking about. And I was like, it's not attitude. Like, I'm getting heated because